All right. So for our fifth module, so we're halfway, we're gonna be discussing simple discussion about the 10 commandments of computer ethics. So basically, these are the 10 commandments of computer ethics. But before that, please understand muna ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng commandment, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng ethics. So pag sinabi natin commandment, it is an instruction, a requirement. Yan. So it depende yan sa context kung anong binibigay sa atin na instruction, ano yung requirement relative to that specific area of specialization or topic. Pag sinabi naman nating ethics, ito yung code of conduct, how a person should live. Ayan. So there's a difference between commandment and ethics. So first, the commandment na kailangan nating tandaan in computer ethics, you shall not use a computer to harm other people. Yan. So ano po yung mga examples nito? Intentionally interfering with other people's work, 'di ba? So sinasadya mo talaga mag-interfere, ginugulo mo talaga yung tinatrabaho nung isang tao. Ano pa po, invading the privacy of individuals. Ayan, naalala ko na naman, merong isa kasing umaattend ng Bible study ko na chinat ako dun sa GC. Tapos, hindi naman pala yun yung estudyante ko. Second year pa lang yun. Hindi pala siya yun, kundi yung tatay niya yung nagchat-chat. So, invading po yun ng privacy ng individuals. Kahit po tayo, yung mga magulang po natin, yung mga relatives natin, loved ones po natin. So, hindi po dapat nila ini-invade yung privacy ng individuals, yung using our computer to harm other people, to invade the privacy, to interfere ayan, other people. Kasi pag sinabi naman computer, malaki yan eh. It also includes yung mga smartphone, mga cellphones na ginagamit po natin, even the tablets and the iPads. So please be very careful on that. Nonetheless, you have your consent. Di ba, I understand, meron mga magjowa, so no-open talaga nila yung mga social media accounts po nila. So it's up to them. Pero at the minimum, we should not use computer to harm other people, interfering with other people's work, or invading the privacy of others. And number two, you shall not interfere with others people's computer work. Ayan, ano naman ang ibig sabihin nito? Degrading or disrupting equipment, software, or system performance. Ayan, so may galit ka dun sa isang tao. So ginawa mo, pinababa mo yung OS na ginagamit niya or dinidisrupt mo yung software intentionally. So you also use resources to interfere with the proper operation of any computer or destroy data. 'Di ba? So meron kang gustong alisin doon or meron kang gustong um, i-limit yung access ng person na yon na dapat naman talaga na access niya or nagagamit niya. So intentional interfering with other people's work na nakakaapekto doon sa productivity ng isang tao. So again, hindi dapat tayo nag-i-interfere with others people work. And also, part pa rin naman nito yung invading ng privacy ng individuals. Yung pangatlo natin, you shall not snoop around in other people's computer files. Ayan. So, sino yung mahilig mag-snoop around? Ayan. So, using an account owned by another user or allowing another user to access your account. Any problems which arise from the misuse of a user's password will be the user's responsibility. Yan. So again, relative na naman ito sa pag-invade ng privacy of individuals. Number four, you shall not use a computer to steal. Yan. So, di ba? So, using the resources in any matter that violates board policy, federal, state, or local law, or even the local government unit, including unauthorized copying or transmission of software that also includes in school, di ba? Or even in industries. So, dapat po hindi natin ginagamit ang computer to steal. Even in our company, napakahigpit namin dyan. So, you were not allowed talaga to disclose yung mga confidential files or information that we have. Yan. So, dapat po we use the resources in a right manner. Hindi dapat natin ina-allow yung unauthorized na pag-copy or pag-transmit ng software po natin using the computer. Ano pa? You shall not use a computer to bear false witness. O, di ba para talagang batas to yung Ten Commandments. So, initiating or forwarding chain letters. So, I don't know kung medyo applicable pa to right now, nowadays. Pero most probably mga spam messages yung mga nare-receive po natin right now. So, pareho pa rin po ito ng mga chain letters. So, downloading, storing, printing, or distributing files or messages that are profane, obscene, threatening, or that use language that offends or tends to degrade others. Ayan. So, hindi dapat natin ginagamit yung computer to bear false witness. Like yung mga urban legends, example yung mga kidney transplants, unproven rumors like the free Coca-Cola, 'di ba? May mga ganun. Dami natin nare-receive na ganyan kapag nilike mo daw 'yon, mananalo ka ng ganitong amount, pero kailangan mo muna magbayad para makuha mo. Then kapag nagbayad ka, iba yung darating, 'di ba? So you have to be very careful on that. Ano pa po, you shall not copy or use proprietary software for which you have not paid. Nonetheless, pre-license yan or student file po yung ginamit natin. Ina-allowed naman yon, like yung mga software na ginagamit natin, di ba? So, using resources in any matter or manner that violates the board policy, federal, state, or local law, including unauthorized copying or transmission of software. Lalo na sa industry, definitely, or even in Class A schools, kailangan talaga yung mga software na ginagamit po ay license. Yan. Pero for student or educational purposes, ina-allow naman po yun. Number 7, you shall not use other people's computer resources without authorization or proper compensation. Diba? So, using information obtained through network and computer resources without giving proper credit to the source. Ang tawag doon, plagiarism. So again, lagi ko sinasabi sa inyo, we have a lot of tools or resources that we can use. Wala pong masama doon. Mahalaga lang, lalo na kung ipapublish natin siya or gagamitin natin for a publication or conference. So kailangan po properly cited yung ating mga references or resources para ma-avoid po natin yung plagiarism. Kami nga, pag nagpapasa kami ng IEEE paper, meron pang copyright transfer kaming ginagawa. Kasi nga, parang ina-allow namin yung publisher na pwede nilang i-disclose or i-release yung material na binigay namin from their side. So, pinoprotect din nila kami. Then they're also protecting their institution or company. Posting personal communication. Ayan, without the original author's consent. 'Di ba? So minsan yung mga magjowa kapag nag-away na, nag-break na, so yung mga ratrata nila, 'di ba? So pino-post nila. Even hindi pa nagbi-break, 'di ba? Mag-asawa, magkaibigan, 'di ba nakikita natin 'yan? So they are posting personal communication na hindi naman consent yung author, yung other people out of galit, out of hinanakit, 'di ba? Out of nararamdaman. So again, hindi dapat natin ginagamit yung people's computer resources without authorization or without proper compensation. Ayan. Point number 8, you shall not appropriate other people's intellectual output. So ano po ito? Posting personal communication without the original author's consent related din kanina. Using information obtained through network and computer resources without giving proper credit to the source. Again, plagiarism. So, ginagamit mo yung intellectual output ng other people. Or minsan, halimbawa, output niya yon, piniresent mo, then kinilay mo na everything comes from you without giving credit to the main person na nagtrabaho or gumawa ng project na yon or ng software na yon. Number 9, You shall not think about the social sequences or consequences of the program you are writing or the system you are designing. Ayan, initiating or forwarding chain letters. Downloading, storing, printing, or distributing files or messages that are profane, obscene, threatening, or that use language that offends or tends to degrade others. Ayan, so dapat lagi mong kino-consider ano ba yung consequences nung sistema or program na ginawa ko or the messages that I'm sending. So dapat lagi nating kina-come up in our mindset what are the consequences? Ano ba yung epekto po nito? So we also have to consider that. Number 10 natin, you shall always use a computer in ways that show consideration and respect for your fellow humans. So again, related pa rin sa pag-download, sa pag-store, pag-print, pag-distribute ng files or messages that contain information considered dangerous to the public at large. Again, lagi may consider yon. Ito ba ay respectful? Ito ba ay helpful? Hindi ba ito threatening? Hindi ba ito profane to our fellow humans or to the receiver of the files that we are sending? So related to that, these are the activities. So madali lang yung activity natin for our fifth module. So gagawa lang tayo ng engaging in commercial about the selected commandment of computer ethics with a group of computer students. So kayo yan, ginurup ko na kayo, mamaya ibibigay ko yung grouping natin. So una, siselect ka ng commandment. So in your case, ako na yung pumili. Halimbawa, ang napili natin ay choose a specific commandment from the set of computer ethics principles na binigay ko. Yung example, yung number 1, thou shall not use a computer to harm other people. So yun yung first step. So since meron akong sinelect, yun na yung gagawin nyo. And then research and understand. So magkanda ka ng research on the chosen commandment to fully understand its implications and real-world applications. So you also have to identify examples of ethical and unethical behavior related to the commandment. So focus ka lang kung ano yung commandment na na-assign sa'yo. Kailangan klaro sa'yo ano ba yung ethical, ano ba yung unethical behavior related to the commandment assigned to you. After nun, magdi-divide ka na ng role. You can assign different roles to each member of the group such as who's going to present, yung sa infomercial na gagawin mo or commercial na gagawin mo, sino yung gagawa ng script, sino yung mag-edit ng videos, who's going to be a spokesperson. So ensure that everyone understands their responsibilities. Since tatluhan lang kayo or apatan, pwede kayong kumuha ng mga extra or mga actors ha, pwede yon. Basta kayo yung brain. And then create a script. Develop a script that introduces the chosen commandment, explain its importance, and provides real-life scenarios illustrating both ethical and unethical behavior. So, pwedeng may mga drama kayong ipapakita doon. Bahala kayo. Be creative in creating your commercial. Craft a persuasive narrative that emphasizes the positive impact of adhering to the commandment. Yun yung goal natin when you create the script. Then, plan visuals. Plan and gather visuals that complement the script. This could include graphics, charts, images, or video clips that enhance the understanding of the commandment and its application. So design engaging visuals. Use creativity in designing visually appealing slides or video segments. Incorporate attention-grabbing graphics and effects to maintain viewer interest. And then practice presentation. Rehearse mo yung infomercial as a group to ensure a smooth and confident delivery. Pay attention to timing, to tone, and overall presentation quality. Then record or present live. So depending on your resources, either record the infomercial for later playback. Yun yung prefer natin. Or present it live to an audience. Ensure good audio and visual quality. Siyempre, i-record mo na siya ng maayos and then during our meeting, doon natin siya papanoorin ng sabay-sabay. Then after nun, more of assessments na yung last part. So we encourage discussion after the infomercial. We encourage a discussion among the audience or viewers about the ethical considerations presented, foster an open dialogue about the importance of ethical behavior in the digital age rather, and then gather feedback. So we collect feedback from the audience. Kayo yung mag-assess within yourselves for you to assess the effectiveness of the infomercial and make improvements for future presentations. All right.